Good morning, children. Welcome back to the next new session. So, in this session, we are going to discuss the question and answers we have from the lesson The Kings of Vijayanagara. So, here I can see they are got some 10 question and answers given from this lesson. So, I'll be reading the questions and I'll make you to understand the meaning of the questions here. So, here comes the first question. So, the first question is given is why were the Portuguese traveler interested in the forts and armies of Vijayanagara kings? So, why were the Portuguese travelers interested in the forts and armies of Vijayanagara kings? So, firstly, they are asking why only Vijayanagara, like why the Portuguese travelers were only interested in the Vijayanagara kingdom is firstly, Vijayanagara is a kingdom where not only Portuguese like Italian, Persian, okay, from Arabs, many people from different countries have visited the kingdom of Vijayanagara. But why especially the Portuguese is because Portuguese travelers we were dealing with the exporting business with the Portuguese, where we have got the guns and cannons from, okay, and the these Portuguese were also given a place in the forts of Vijayanagara. So that is the reason why these Portuguese travelers have much interest in the forts and armies of Vijayanagara, as well as they have also helped the armies and soldiers of Vijayanagara to learn about the techniques of the battles, that too using of these guns and all. Okay, next. Second question, why did the kings of Vijayanagara live in a separate quarter and not in the middle of the city as in Orugallu? So they are asking why the people of why especially the king of Vijayanagara, why they are not living in the center. Okay, why separately in other quarter? Because in the lesson I told, the city is all divided into five parts as discussed by the person called Nunes. So he said that the city is divided into five parts and every part is given for specifically for that particular thing only. For example, one part of the like one portion is for completely for agriculture, that is place which is near to the river. Okay, one place is only for temples, one place is only for the place where the king's palaces and the forts were built. There is a place where only especially the markets were there, place where only temples were there. So all these where all these places were divided as per the convenience of the people, as well as the convenience and the requirements. It is all divided. Okay, the entire kingdom of Vijayanagara was divided like that. That is the reason why the place where the palaces and forts could be built, to that place only kings have settled down. Okay, this could be the answer. Next question. Historians feel that Vijayanagara state was highly militarized. In what way do you think it would have affected the common people? So they are saying that the armies and the chiefs, the armies and the soldiers in the kingdom are very much militarized. That means highly militarized means whenever they were called for battle, wherever they were sent, these people were ready, and that too they know the techniques of using this cavalry like horses and elephants. Okay, they can use the weapons like guns and cannons also. So highly militarized. Is it affecting any way to the normal people or the common people who are living in the kingdom? Let's see. As the state was highly militarized, the trade, especially the foreign trade, was flourished and agriculture was very much developed. The kingdom became prosperous. So not only because of this army militarized, it is also that the agriculture as well as the trade with the other countries were also in an excellent form. So that is the reason why the kingdom of Vijayanagara was growing prosperously, as well as it is very much successful. Okay, now why were the Amar Nayakas very powerful? Why were the Amar Nayakas very powerful? See, children, in spite like how the Kakatiyas have not given lot of importance, give not given lot of power to the hands of the Nayakas, but here in the Vijayanagara kingdom, the Amar Nayakas were given a lot of power to them. Okay, and whenever they used to go to any part of the village to collect the taxes, these Amar Nayakas had chiefs under them working. Even chiefs were also so much powerful that even when the king if had passed away, these chiefs are ready to occupy the places of kings also. So understand the importance and understand the power of a Amar Nayaka. So why he is more powerful? Because the king used to give him salary of some millions of gold coins. There are some Amar Nayakas, okay, who are like very highly militarized, as well as can look after the kingdom very well. So they were given a lot of salary. So that is the reason why these powers were also given to these kind of Amar Nayakas, and that is the reason why these Amar Nayakas were powerful in the kingdom. Okay, so let's go to the next question. Compare the Amar Nayakas with the old chiefs of Kakatiyas. Were they different or similar? In what way? Okay, So let's compare. Okay, firstly, Kakatiyas. If we speak about Kakatiyas and Amarnayakas, the concept of collecting taxes in both the kingdoms was same. Okay, both the kingdoms kings will be ordering the people to go and collect the taxes. That is also same. Next, third thing, here the people like the Nayakas in the Kakatiyas are not from a rich family, they are just from a normal family. Okay, and here they are the not relatives but they are powerful people. Okay, and here in the Kakatiyas, the Nayakas were loyal to the king, so when whatever the king's words were, they have to follow that. Whereas in the Amar Nayakas in the Vijayanagara, though they used to listen, but the chiefs who are working under them never listened to them. Okay, and they, I mean, never listened to the king's words. They used to listen to the words of Amar Nayakas rather than listening to the words of kings. Okay, the chiefs were Telugu warriors in both the places. Okay, Telugu speaking people especially. Next, the chiefs, the Nayakas did not occupy in one particular place, because every time they used to collect the taxes, again they have to go and change to the, again their place was changed to the other place, so that they could not maintain any kind of a relation with the people where they are going to collect the tax. But in Amarnayaka, what happened is, these people, they were settled in one place where they have sent to collect the tax. And that too, the chiefs in the Amarnayakas, what they have done is, they have occupied the places, occupied the agricultural fields of the people, or that too of Telugu farmers. They have occupied their fields and they have settled there. Okay, so this answer you can write in a tabular form showing Kakatiyas and Vijayanagara one side. Okay, next. Next question, why was the Vijayanagara army dependent on imports from the western coast? Okay, they are asking why Vijayanagara people depend on the western coast, that too for imports. See, war horses were imported from Arabia, where it is on the west of India. So if you see the world map, you will see that towards the west of India, you will see the Arab. Okay, so Saudi Arabia. So from where we used to where this Vijayanagara kingdom used to get the horses, that too for which are used for battles and wars. Next, guns and artillery were imported from Portugal, which is one of the west of the India. Yes, even the Portuguese, the even that country also is the west towards the India. So from there also guns were imported. I've just told in the previous answer about the guns and cannons that were imported from the Portuguese. Yes, so this is also one of the point. So to obtain the Vijayanagara army was dependent on the imports of western coast. So that is the reason why people of Vijayanagara dependent on west of coast. West coast means what? Nothing but to the west of India. That means to the west direction of India, where the Arabian Sea is there. From there they used to get, that means there is a port area, we'll say, no. So there is a port area where different countries come there and sell their sell their goods to the kingdom of Vijayanagara. So this is how people of Vijayanagara used to depend on the things like horses, cavalry, as well as guns, which are used for the wars. They used to import from the western coast. Okay, next question. Next question. Sri Krishna Devaraya fought against several enemies in order to consolidate his kingdom. Make a list of them. Okay, so what they are asking is, Sri Krishna Devaraya has fought with many enemies, so that to consolidate his kingdom. Make a list of all of them. So what they are asking us, Sri Krishna Devaraya, the person the famous person in Vijayanagara kingdom, when his rule was started in 1520. Okay, first of all, he has subdued all the chiefs. Subdued means kept all the chiefs under the control. So before that, these chiefs were ready to occupy whenever the king is not there, no. So all these things he has kept them in control, and from there he did not let them to raise from their position. That means chief's work is only to be as a helping hand to the Amar Nayakas rather than going and occupying the places of the kings, isn't it? So he has not led that. Okay, along with that, he has led the neighboring kingdoms also, so not to attack the kingdom of Vijayanagara. Okay, so the answer what is given here is, wait a minute. So so the other people who have came to attack these is, one is Bahamani kingdoms. Okay, next is Gajapatis from Orissa, and the revolting chiefs of Karnataka, from Andhra Pradesh, and from Tamil Nadu. There are some in these regions. Uh, uh, like the people have come to occupy or to like to just attack the kingdom of Vijayanagara. So from all these kingdoms, from all these places, Vijayanagara was protected by Sri Krishna Devaraya. Okay. Next, eighth question. What services were rendered to Telugu literature by Vijayanagara kings? What services were rendered by the rendered to the Telugu literature by Vijayanagara kings? So here I told there are 8 poetess in the court of Sri Krishna Devaraya. So what services were written? What services were rendered to them? Rendering means what services were provided. Okay. Firstly, Eastern Chalukyas. Nannaya wrote the part of Mahabharata in the regime of Rajaraja Narendra. So during the Rajaraja Narendra's rule, Nannaya has written some part of Mahabharata, whereas Manuma Siddhi Tikkanna, who wrote the part of Mahabharata, Vidyananda Vidyananda wrote Prataparudra Yasho Bhushanam. Okay, and Ashtadiggajas contributed much of Telugu literatures, which we have spoke in the previous lesson of Kakatiyas. Okay, Yerrana wrote the part of Mahabharata. Okay, Buddha Reddy wrote Rangaradha Ramayana. So these are some of the books which were written during those times by some of the famous poets in the kingdom of Vijayanagara people. Okay, and these are all the epics or some of the literature books which were written during those times. Okay, so ninth question. Locate the following in the India map. The places are Hampi, Bijapur, Tirupati, Sri Sailam, Kanchi, and river Tungabhadra. See children, you have to stick outline map of India, and thereafter you have to locate the places which were asked, like Hampi, Sri Sailam, Tirupati. Okay, so there are some other places, no, Kanchi river, Tungabhadra, Bijapuram. So all these places you have to locate in this map, and after locating you can cut the sheet, like map, not entire map, you can cut into square and you can fix it onto your CW along with all the other questions. Understood? Next, last question. Discuss the support of various kingdoms of Telugu literature. Discuss the support of various kingdoms in the Telugu literature. So just now we have spoke about some of the literatures which are written, no, by Erranna, Tikkanna, and people like Vidyananda, Prataparudra, Yashobhushanama, some of the books, no, even same answer can be written again in this question also. Okay, so children, these are the 10 question and answers from the lesson The Kings of Vijayanagara. I hope you have understood each question's meaning very well. So I want you people to write the question and answers in a proper order and maintain the good handwriting along with the map pointing, which has to be done properly. Okay, so I hope you have all understood. For any more doubts and queries, please ask us immediately. We'll meet up in the next upcoming class. Till then, bye children. Thank you. Have a nice day.